Hola! Thank you for joining me. I started doing these YouTube videos during the time of the pandemic, the coronavirus pandemic. I We're not able to have our practice groups. I facilitate 4 weekly practice groups for Qigong. And so I created these so that the people from the practice groups would have some reminders of the movements, so that they can continue practicing, and so that we would maintain this connection. And now I know that there's been other people who are starting to watch these videos who have not attended any of my practice groups. And so I thought that today I would give you just a brief little history of who I am and my journey with or into this wonderful world, healing world of Qigong. So, oh gosh, I don't even remember the year anymore, but I was working as a chiropractic assistant. And one of the things that I would do would put those electric muscle stimulator pads on people, and a few other things there. And after a while, I started getting this idea as I would be working on people and using the ultrasound tool, that there was something more that I was supposed to or could be doing. And that would come through often. And then I got a call from my friend Sue. And Sue said, I'm going to a level 1 healing touch class in 2 weeks. And would you like to come? I was like, healing touch, what is that? And she said, oh, it's like energy healing. So I had nothing going on that weekend. I thought it would be fun to spend time with Sue. At the time, she lived in Illinois. I lived in Wisconsin. So I signed up and I went to this healing touch class. Awesome weekend. Absolutely amazing, life-altering. So Sunday the class is over, and I didn't want to drive home because I wanted to still spend time with Sue talking about what we learned and experimenting and practicing and sharing. So I stayed Sunday night, and then I got up like really early Monday morning, and I'm driving back to Wisconsin in the dark, and my sinuses were like, oh my God, it was awful. And so as I'm driving along, I remember something that we did in our class, laser fingers. I thought, okay, I'm going to give this a try. So I'm driving. I'm going to take my glasses off here. Held my fingers like this, driving. And I am sending energy, healing energy, into my sinuses as I'm driving along. Suddenly, it's like floodgates. Fortunately, over on the passenger seat, I had a napkin from Culver's. Grabbed that quick, wiping up my nose, wiping up the floods. And it was like, yes, I need to learn more about this. So I went through the Healing Touch program, all the different levels, and I became a certified Healing Touch practitioner. I think there was 5 different levels, 6 levels. So now I'm a Healing Touch practitioner. And I had left that position as the chiropractic assistant. I was then now working at a medical clinic. I was the reception and integrative medicine coordinator. And also I was seeing clients for Healing Touch. Well, my experience there was for the majority of the people, before they come to see someone who does any kind of healing work, they've had whatever condition it is for quite some time, and they haven't had the results in the healing that they wanted, that they had hoped to achieve at that point. So then they come to somebody who does energy healing work. And so I would work with these clients, and while we're there, and they'd be like, oh man, I never felt so good. This is wonderful. I feel so much better. And then whether it was because of time constraints or financial restraints, whatever it might have been, they wouldn't come back as often as was optimal to achieve the healing or pain reduction, whatever it was that they wanted to receive. So again, there's something more I'm supposed to be doing. There's something more I'm supposed to be doing. Something more. And that stayed with me for I don't know how long. Now I'm in a bookstore one day looking at various books, and a book falls on the floor. Have you ever had that happen? Yeah, I'm sure some of you have had it happen. So I pick up this book, and the title is Happy for No Reason. So I start flipping through it, and I happen upon this page, and I see this beautiful Chinese man with this gorgeous smile, and I read his story. So Happy for No Reason was stories about all these like people, a lot of people. So just 1 or 2 page stories about the person and why they are happy. Well, so I read the story, and the story was about Master Chuni Lin. Master Chuni Lin is the founder of Spring Forest Qigong. So I've read this 2 pages about him. I went home, I get on the internet, find out that he's going to be having a level 1 and level 2 Spring Forest Qigong class. It was just like a few weeks away. I don't know, I think it was that 2 weeks again. And so I signed up. So Spring Forest Qigong is in Eden Prairie, Minnesota. So I head off to Minnesota, and I'm there for the weekend, and I take this level 1, level 2, and again, oh my God, this was amazing. It's like, oh, this is what I've been looking for, because what now, when clients come to see me, after I do my shtick, after I do my work with them, I would then teach them a Qigong movement so that they could go home and continue their healing, and they could actively participate in their healing. It was kind of like empowering them. So I went through the rest of the classes that Master Chuni Lin offered, and in 2009, so I started the classes early 2008. 2009, I had gone through all the classes that he had available or offered at the time, and went into the teacher training program. So 2009, I became a certified Spring Forest Qigong teacher and a healer. I went through that certification as well. So, so that 2008 was when I began my Qigong journey. I practiced Qigong, Spring Forest Qigong, exclusively for 10 years. I remember at that first class, Master Lin saying that we should find a Qigong style practice that we liked, that resonated with us, and we should focus on that and not be jumping from this to this to this to this to this. Different styles. I mean, because there's like thousands of different Qigong styles. So he said, if you're serious about this, pick one. Focus on that. Learn it. Let it become part of you. So 10 years goes by. I'm facilitating Qigong practices, and I'm sharing Spring Forest Qigong with people. And then I started getting that, there's something more going on in my brain. I thought, what's this? And so during meditation, I asked, is it time for me to start exploring other styles? And I heard that yes, it was. So for about a year, I tried, I did some exploring around, searching on internet, reading books, trying out some different Qigong styles, and nope. And then 2 years ago, it'll be 2 years this April, so April of 2018, we had this blizzard came through Wisconsin, like shut us all down, shut us in our house, and I'm doing some searching on the internet, looking for things about Qigong. I was always curious, always learning, and I came upon something about Master Ming Tong Gu, Wisdom Healing Qigong, and it was like, and I'm doing these searches, and like his name popped up here, and it popped up there, and it popped up here, and it popped up there, all over the place, and I was like, who is this Ming Tong Gu? For all these years that I've been searching about and reading about Qigong, I never heard of him. I never heard of Wisdom Healing Qigong. What is this? So I clicked on some of his YouTubes. And I did some of the practices. And I thought, this is it. This is what I've been looking for. So, Ming Tong Gu is in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and it just wasn't in my time frame, in my budget for me to go to Santa Fe, but to study with him. But he does offer online classes. So I began the online classes with Master Ming Tong Gu, Wisdom Healing Qigong, which I found out Wisdom Healing Qigong is actually like the English translation of Zheneng Qigong. Zheneng Qigong. So I went through classes with Master Ming Tong Gu. I've taken classes, online classes with Master Luke Chan, with Vivian Verdon Rowe, who's one of the teachers at Spring Forest Qigong. Online again with Martha Blaine, who's a Zheneng Qigong teacher, and Master Liu with Zheneng Qigong online. So I've been practicing that now so it'll be 2 years in just a few weeks. It'll be 2 years. And this is the Qigong at this point in my life that resonates so deeply with me. The difference between the Spring Forest and Zheneng Qigong. Now this is just my take on it. There's a lot of focus. Well, let me go back. So Spring Forest Qigong, beautiful practice. But it was very sedentary, not a lot of movement, a lot of stillness, which is probably at that point in my life is what I needed to learn, was how to be still. Not probably, I did need to learn that. So Zheneng Qigong, well, certainly is about energy and is about healing. It's more, so we focus on the physical. We're focusing on the physical as well as the energetic. They work hand in hand. And, well, at this point in my life, I'm 73. At this point in my life, I know it's really important to keep this body moving, to keep my spine flexible. So in Zheneng Qigong, we focus a lot on our spine, the energetic highway. The spine, so important. We got to keep that spine flexible, fluid, moving. And so for me, Zheneng Qigong, it's what I need, because I need to focus on my physical healing as well as my energetic healing, as well as my emotional healing, my spiritual healing, my mental healing. And for me, Zheneng Qigong encompasses all of that and more and more. So that's where I'm at in life. I've been sharing all of the, as I'm learning. I've been a student for 2 years now. I'll be a student for the rest of my life. But right now there isn't a teacher's training program readily available for me. I would have to go to China. That's just not in the picture right now. So I am a student. I am not a certified teacher. As I learn, I share with people who come to my practice groups, and I let them know I am still learning. And so what I teach you today might look a little different a month from now, because as I continue to learn, as I continue to study and go deeper and deeper into the practice, things change. Either my understanding is different, or perhaps now the teachers are sharing something on a different level. So I teach as a student to a student. So I just wanted to be very clear about that. I don't want any misconceptions about that I'm trying to pass myself off as a certified teacher. I'm not. I'm a student, just like you. So in a nutshell, that's my journey. That's my journey with Qigong. And at some point I'll make another video to and talk about the healing benefits that I personally have experienced through my Qigong practice, through these last, since 2008, so what are we, 12 years? 12 years of practicing and loving and sharing Qigong. So in Zheneng Qigong, we say Hao La. Hao La is all is well and getting better. With Spring Forest Qigong, Master Chuni Lin would end our practice with feel better now. So I will always be grateful to Master Chuni Lin and Spring Forest Qigong for giving my foundation in Qigong. And so when I'm closing a practice session, I honor both practices. I honor all teachers. So I end the practice by saying, Ha La! Ha! Feel better now.